gonna travel back on the damage report to the Chicago suburbs for an update on the embattled mayor of Dolton. This is Tiffany Henyard, who we've talked about previously on the show. She is a self-described super mayor that some people are comparing to a real life Leslie Knope. By the way, some call her the Dictator of Dolton. I'm not super familiar with Dolton, so I'm not gonna weigh in judgment-wise on that. But the last time we checked in, there was to discuss an FBI probe that she's undergoing about use of town resources, basically saying that she's using tons of town money to benefit herself and those around her. Obviously, to know for sure, we're gonna have to wait until the probe is done, but we did have some details, and we'll remind you of those in a little bit. But we do have another update, another aspect of the scandal that has to do with spending, which she was already under investigation for, and this is new spending.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
So let's bring up this poster. It's for an event, the Taste of Thornton Township event. So Henyard, who's the town supervisor, threw this back in August, so just last month. And this is the sort of event that I think a lot of towns have. And so this isn't necessarily the worst thing. We're not freaking out, but let's leave this poster up because there's some elements of it that I think are interesting. So let's leave this up for now. The biggest issue is that $50,000 went to two performers to briefly perform at the actual event. So this is Jay Holiday and Kiki Wyatt, paid $30,000 and $20,000 for 30-minute sets. Okay, maybe that's necessary. Maybe it's a lot of money for 30 minutes. I don't know. I can't rule on that. But it is interesting that like her picture's bigger on the thing than the performers that they paid $50,000. Like if the poster is designed to get people to come and have a taste of Thornton, isn't it Jay Holiday and Kiki Wyatt that are gonna draw them in? Why is your picture bigger? Why is your name bigger at the top than Taste of Thornton Township, the actual event? And most importantly, why does the poster have at the bottom a quote, "I love you and there's nothing you can do about it," which is a hell of a quote, by the way, attributed to you. Why are you quoting yourself at the bottom of your poster for a community event? None of this is necessarily illegal. The FBI will look into it. But it is strange. It is strange. I don't understand it. I wouldn't want it out of my mayor. And I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, where we've had a hell of a mayor ourselves. Feel free to Google that. But it's a lot of money, $50,000. And the context we'd previously reported on is that the town's finances were already in distress. Under her management, Dolton went from a budget surplus to a $5.5 million deficit in just 2 years, which is a big spin for a couple of years. And it's an especially big spin to precede you spending $50,000 for performers that are both totally worth the money, but also not worth promoting on the post more than promoting yourself, which is strange. And as we've previously reported, some of the spending, the expenses that she has accrued as leader of this area include 3 Amazon purchases in a single day that totaled more than $43,000. Thus far, unexplained Wayfair purchase of nearly $8,000, PayPal money transfers and gift cards, all charged to Dolton. And Lori Lightfoot, who's currently investigating this, noted that Henyard's well-documented taste for travel, paid for by the village at Thornton Township, remains a problem. There was apparently $67,000 in unexplained travel in just 4 months by her and her allies, some of it being first class, which again, when you've turned a surplus to a deficit, now people are traveling first class. It also included a more than $9,000 stay at a Four Seasons hotel. In their defense, it's the actual hotel, not the landscaping company that Rudy Giuliani made famous, but still, it seems like a lot of money considering the financial situation that they're in. And so it's an interesting move. Is it a power move? Is it spitting in the face of the investigation? Is it designed to just demonstrate that they still have this money, that they could spend it in this way? Or is it like a last big party on the way out? I don't know, but we'll definitely be keeping track.